activated. Set. Ready. Racing in the Maxi Simmons. Golden Kathleen missed the start from the inside. The first to get going, Sinful Living. Golden Veil came out underneath her very quickly, and so did CHARINO. So Sinful Living can't get to the lead. Maddie Girls up running fourth. In behind them, settling to stride is Repossession. A length away, one more too many. Golden Kathleen's picked up ground, followed then by Street Band, Sir Dream a Lot. Now back behind them, Bondi Bay, and also the favourite West Star, who'd found her back to follow. There followed further back Maggie G in the field there and towards the tail, Angels Impact, but Golden Veil in the Coolmore colours at the 400 3/4, Sinful Living. Maddie Girl back behind them, looking to angle away from heels ahead of CHARINO. One more too many. Golden Kathleen cuts the corner. Repossessions back in the middle. West Star commencing a run with Sir Dream a Lot at the 200. Sinful Living goes up, takes Golden Veil. CHARINO still there. It's Sinful Living, Golden Veil. CHARINO's on the outside. West Star's coming late. CHARINO, Golden Veil. They're going to go to the line. CHARINO has won it. CHARINO has won the Max Simmons. West Star jumped right out of the ground in the closing stages there and has run second, I fancy. Repossession, and also close up behind those is Golden Veil, and also at the head of the others was Golden Kathleen, and they were followed further back behind those. On pulling up next of all is One More Too Many and Street Band, Maddie Girl, Sir Dream a Lot, Bondi Bay. Further back then behind them is Maggie Jean, and Angels Impact is amongst the last of them home. It's an absolute blowout result here in the Max Simmons Stakes. It's a massive upset. CHARINO, number 10, first up. Maiden 3-year-old Sean O'Donnell for Brett Pope. The Machino gelding wins the feature. Only had the one run back there in August, and has come up trumps here, beating West Star, Sinful Living, Repossession, and Golden Veil over near the fence. Big finish here in the Maxi Simmons, but it's CHARINO that has upset them. West Star was really cutting the margin down in the final part, but I'm unable to get to this son of Machino, raced by Charlie Marino from Harvey. What a great thrill for Charlie to win this race today. His wife Nola on course this afternoon. Well-known Federal Polly, prepared by Brett Pope. Sean O'Donnell gets it home. West Star loses no admirers. Chris Parnham, and third goes the way of number 8, Sinful Living, Willie Pike, in front of Repossession, Brad Parnham. 10, 4, 8 and 9. Golden Veil headed for home after Sinful Living couldn't cross. CHARINO was right there, breathing down their necks, and at big odds, around $41 on the WOP, much better than that on the Paramutual, 57, 10, 10, 70, with West Star unable to cut that margin back, getting into second placing, and third, Sinful Living. There it was. Great finish, a neck and a head in 59.48. The last event at 5:39, the Schweppes handicap over the 1,000 as well. 3 is out. That is Cut the Talk from the last event of the day. We'll go downstairs here. What a great result this is for Brett Pope, and certainly owner Charlie Marino as well. Great to have Charlie on course with his wife Nola this afternoon as we head downstairs. Now Lockie, take it away. It's been a bit of a boil-over with the horse having only its second lifetime start.
A boil-over indeed, but a very popular result down here in the mounting yard. Darren, Brett Pope, he only trains a small team, and he joins me now. Brett, CHARINO, coming into today, he was at a big price. He was only having his second start, clearly eligible for easier races as well, having never won a race. Talk us through the decision-making process to have him here this afternoon.
Well, it was hard. I knew if I took him to a maiden, he'd probably start $2 favourite, and I thought today we're probably 100 to 1. But he's a 3-year-old which has shown more than any other 3-year-old I've trained, and you know, nominations for the big races over the carnival are on Monday, and I thought the only way to really find out if we're wasting our time is to have a crack at this today, and he's been working super at home, and you know, I thought if we run on and run sort of, you know, 4th or 5th in this will be a big feat, you know, but yeah, no, he's a nice horse.
And to the horse's credit, he had to do it the hard way at times. He was out there and was there to be beaten in the final 100 metres, but he looks like he has plenty of tenacity as well.
Yeah, well, he's only had the one start, and he pulled up a bit rough after that, so we give him a month off, and he's been come back in work, no trial going into it against some good seasoned 3-year-olds, and tough effort. Good.
What's the plan with him now? As we've touched upon, nominations for the Pinnacles races close on Monday morning. What could we see him nominated in?
Oh, he's a nice horse, something like the Placid Arc or something like that maybe.
At this stage of his career, do you feel he's better suited to these shorter trips before you eventually might step him out in trip in time? Yeah,
well, he's out of a high chaparral mare, which might get him, a bit further later on. But yeah, one step at a time. We'll see how he pulls up and go from there.
Sean O'Donnell once again weaves his magic. First time on the horse, and he salutes.
Yeah, well, Lucy's always had a lot of time for him. So she's not riding today, but she really likes this horse, and she's told Donga the same thing, and give him a bit of faith in him.
A great result, Brett. Congratulations on the win.
No worries, thank you.
There's Brett Pope after the win of CHARINO, taking out the Unite Resourcing Max Simmons Stakes. Great to see Sean O'Donnell back in the winner's circle and with a feature win, Scott. CHARINO, what a win it was.
Certainly was. Sean O'Donnell just weighing in now with Chief Steward Brad Lewis, and then we'll get a word from him after the, well, I suppose, Donga, it's a Max Simmons Stakes win, but it's also a maiden win for CHARINO.
How good. What a race to win, eh? Great Max. What a champion he was. Absolute legend of the game, as we all knew him. But, geez, Brett was quietly confident with this horse, and so was Lucy Warwick, even though she wasn't riding him. She spoke to me during the week. He said, he's a great little ride, and, geez, what a little professional. Put everything right, and, geez, I'm thinking come the corner, I'm going pretty good.
At the top of the home straight, you came out and around heels, and you probably half surprised yourself because you covered them very quickly.
Yeah, I just didn't want to be sitting there like a stale bottle of you-know-what, and they kick on me. I wanted to be right on top of Pike and obviously not get held up. But you're right, Scotty. But to his credit, when he hit the front, he didn't wander like he was on the inside at Pinjarra last start. You know how they get a bit green, but, geez, done deep. It was great.
Let's talk about that 1,000-metre straight. You didn't ride him that day. Lucy did, obviously, but they can get lost.
Of course they can. Then he drew one, and the whole field's outside him, so he's just angling that way. And Pro Loose had to put in the left, where today I didn't. He ran very well through the line, and geez, what an effort to get this horse here, second start for the stable, and privileged to be on today. And thank to Brett and the stables for, putting me back on their horses. It's a great pleasure.
What about you personally? We obviously had the chat with you after you came back from frozen shoulder, and then as quick as you were back, you were off and gone again.
Yeah, well, as you know, I got really sick. I had infection in the prostate, so it's in hospital for a while, and it was looking horrible for me. I got poisoned and all that. No idea why. Look, it's a hard game through injury, but to cop that, and yeah, I'm just grateful for all my supporters, my family, my wife, my kids. Everyone just doesn't let me get down, and I'm like a fine bottle of wine, Scotty. I just keep getting better.
Leave you on the rack and drink you in a few years' time. Well done, Sean.
Thanks to everyone, and you guys too. Great job. Thank you.
There's Sean O'Donnell. What an absolute champion he is. He combines with Brett Pope and CHARINO to take out the Unite Resourcing Max Simmons Stakes at 50-1.